Hello my friends, my name is Vasily, I am iOS engineer and we are continue writing project that we can use for our home interviews, right? Like for the task that we received from interviewers to complete at home, that thing, yeah. So, as you correctly remember, this is video number 3. I do not have a plan. I remember like many tasks that I completed several years ago. Yeah, if I correctly remember, like I completed more than 100 of them. Yep, I mean I had a different times, right? As a junior, I had to work harder and complete more homework, right? Homework tasks. So yeah, I think we can jump and start talking about the code. Oh, before we start again, I want to remind you that I do not have a specific plan what we are going to talk about. I just sit down and try to write a code with some ideas. I will try to think aloud as much as I can, that you can have some ideas like why I wrote this code, why I think about this code, right? Okay, let me switch to another screen and we can start. Okay, so if you correctly remember, like last episode we finished with this, right? But I looked at my previous video and I have two marks. I have two notes for myself what I need to do. So first of all, I want to add a delegate. So look at the router. In the router, I hope you remember what the purpose of the routing, right? For what the purpose of the router, right? Purpose is navigate to another screens, right? If you have one screen, you can click and, for example, alert is appeared, so you will send to router like, hey router, show alert. Here you are some parameters, please, but show me the alert with that parameters. So yeah. So you can see that in our router we have assembly, right? And in our assembly we have router. What I'm trying to do right now. So I'm trying to think about how can I remove that dependency and use, for example, delegate, right? So yeah, I have this notes just to think about how it is possible. For example, right now, if we look at assembly, we use this one function, right? Just create and the specific screen, right? Like upload screen. Actually, I can run application and we can refresh our memory. What do we have right now? Oh, it is launching. Sorry for my English, you know about this. I hope after recording lots of these videos it will be better, or maybe not. So it's still loading, right? Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, what was it? Okay, we have a spinner and then it should... Okay, this app loading and let me open it. We didn't finish it, so we didn't finish navigation. Okay, but first of all, let's try to think about, like, we have this function, right, to create specific controller. Probably for router, we will need just this command, right? This path, right? Okay, what can we do right now? Let me open this assembly, and in assembly we have create ViewController. Okay, actually we can copy this and use it in a delegate. So let's create a new file. It is going to be, again, this is experimenting. Maybe it can fail, maybe not. Router delegate. So of course it is going to be interface, right? I'm sorry, protocol. Protocol router delegate. Okay, and of course I want that it is going to be only class. Oh, I'm sorry, incorrect place. And what is our plan? We need to have this function, right? So let's look at it, at this router delegate, and of course we are going to put it here. So self delegate router delegate, and instead of using assembly we will use router delegate, right? So we will do this delegate, and it is going to be router delegate. And oh, we do not need even to use assembly, right? Okay, let's try to go here to the core, and core will make this connection. So core will confirm this. Oh, I like this sound. Oh, actually, I decided to use different music. Guys, what do you think? Okay, sorry, I need to click on like button to remember this melody, to remember this music, to reuse it one day. Okay, all of this music right now I am hearing it the first time. So, core. Right, we have a core, and we will have it will confirm router delegate, right? So that's mean that we will, okay, assembly, okay. I want to see suggestion. Where is... Okay. Okay. Oh, we have a problem here. So problem that we do not, compiler doesn't know what is UIViewController. We need to import UIKit. What about right now? Any class. Oh, any class, any object. Okay, so, oh, and right now you can see we have suggestion. Hey, we need to implement this. Wonderful, I can implement this. So, and assembly will create it for me, right? Will create it for me. Wonderful. So, and to remove all dependencies, right? To remove all dependencies, let's start yeah, with the first. Oh, sorry, that was the same melody, the same music, but with voice. So router delegate. So it is not going to be router delegate because route. Okay, it is going to be this, right? Okay. Can it work? Oh, and it is going to be a delegate. Delegate, right? So again, I don't want to use it to hear this music. I want to hear clean music without voice. As you can hear, only my voice. Okay, so router delegate. And actually, let me make this music a little bit less louder for myself. Okay, so we just set it router, right? Yeah, we created it and we do not have any problem. Let's go here and set this and okay, what's gonna happen? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I think we will need a router in our assembly. We will need this because we will look at this app loading ViewController. We will inject this router in the ViewController, right? So that means that we need to have it here. So we cannot use just delegate with several functions. Okay, but you can see right now we may move this router right here and oh, interesting. So what? Anyway, we will have to use optionals, right? I will try to explain why we need it. I'm sorry. Oh, we just added property, right? So we need to have init function, right, instead of set. So because like what was previously when we use set, it was not clean, because for example we want to set all properties that we're going to use inside router or inside assembly. We want to put all properties in the constructor, right? That user didn't create, for example, didn't create an empty router and forgot to set delegate. So we using these initializers, right, we can set a limit to other engineers, to other developers who will look at this code. So we want to say, like, what I'm going to say to the other engineers with the router. So I want to say that no way you can use router without this, and probably engineer will not make a mistake to create an empty router. So it's like frames are always good, right? So do not forget to create lots of frames, and also try to create to organize your code in the way where developer have no choice, right? I mean, it sounds like not very friendly, but if all your code will be like will have only one direction, probably another developer will not create mistakes using your code, right? So again, frames are our friends, so we need to remember these things, right? And second thing, we are writing code to ourselves. Engineers writing code for other engineers, not for machine, not for I don't know who, but like your target to make your code extremely developer friendly, right? Okay, so we removed one more problem here. why I have to use here optionals? Because by default, like you can see, I started to use self, right? So I can use self only before I actually, what will happen right now? You can see like variable self router used before being initialized. So what does it mean? In initializer, I can use self only when all of these properties that are non-optional, they must be implemented, they must be initted, they must be created, right? So since for right now I didn't create it, right? I need that router has a value before I use self. I try to use even on the same line. That means route self is not ready to use like this. So, and I use optionals. So if we want to be extremely clear, our code right now is going to be looks like this, right? So yeah, like we first of all create set a value as a nil, right, for our properties, and then like we can use self and we set a real values. Okay, another question, what would happen with the optionals, right? Like is it possible to have a nil here? In this code, no, because you force user to use your initializer. You do not have another initializer, so user must run this code, must use this initializer. So yeah, and in this initializer you will set both of these properties. So no problem with that, and do not be scared to use like optionals, right? Okay, so and you can see this is all private, so it's hidden. Oh, it's another question. I didn't create interface for the core. We will do it, but in general this is private, and all of this work, all of this magic will happen inside core, inside this class. So probably we have no problem. Here, right? Okay. So what is our next plan? My next plan to create an interface, right, for the core. Oh, first of all, let's make a commit, right? Our wonderful source tree, and we are going to create one more commit. And of course, I'm not going to push a code, right, because I'm recording video. So I will push it only when I release a video, on release video. So what we just added, let's review the code. That can I make this? Can I scale this, right? I think I cannot zoom this text. Sorry, guys. So what we did, we resolve dependency, right? So okay, reduce dependency. Reduce router, and I can use this router and assembly dependency. That's what we did, right? Okay, wonderful. Oh, and I forgot to have this mark. Like I want to remind you why we use it, because we have here minimap, and when we scroll we can easily find this section, right? Okay, wonderful. Let's create an interface for the core, right? New file, new file, right? Coreable. Coreable. Okay. I just like this word. Protocol coreable any object, of course object. So I want all of these, all of the components, all of the classes in the core should be objects. So let's try to define what interface do we need here, right? Oh, no. Yep. So what interface do we need? We need initial. No, we don't need. For right now, we just need this, right? And I will put it here. And of course, I'm going to use Swift UI, right? We just need Swift UI for all of this. Right. Okay. So, and we can return to our app delegate. Scene delegate, right? And we will use coreable, right? And why we did this, right? Why not to use just core? So regularly, again, I want to make a okay, I need core to confirm this. Again, mark coreable extension, and our core is going to be coreable. Yeah, wonderful. Coreable, and we can move this function also to these parts. So yeah, I also prefer to use extension for each logical group. So look here. So we have RouterDelegate. So we will define all functions in delegate. Also we have coreable. It's also protocol, right? And all of the functions that need to be defined in coreable, need to be defined by because of usage of coreable or inherit. So yeah, we will define here, and this is like our blocks. We're going to organize our code using these blocks. So this is just visually simpler, right? Again, we are writing code to another engineer. Another engineer will say to you, hey, thank you so much for such code organization, right? And let's return to our app delegate. Okay. To scene delegate, right? Let's try to run. Probably right now we have no problem. And yep. So why I use this? Why not to use directly core, right? Because what I want. Do you remember my conversation about limits? Yeah, limits, they are our friend. So, and when we use right now core, you can see that we have just one function that defined here, right? Probably core may have much more functions here, public and non-public, right? But for us, for example, for another developer, I want to say, okay, if you want to replace core, look at this. If you want to replace core, I just need that you implement this one function, right? This is like this is what we can name a contract, right? Like you have a definition of functions that must be implemented. And for example, you can see at the core implemented by Vasily, and you want to say, hey, Vasily, implemented very bad core. I want to completely burn it and start from the scratch. So minimum what you need to do, you need to implement this function. Okay, let's also right now make a commit. Oh, before we may, no, let's have a very small commits, right? So source tree, right? And right now a comment edit core core interface or core protocol. Okay. Okay, so we just did this. Also, what I wanted to I want to restructure a little bit core, right? Because like when we look at the core, we have like a main file core, but also we will have like components. Oh, I'm sorry, components, right? And I'm going to put both of them here, right? Assembly and router I'm going to put in components folder, and that is it. Move core, moved core and router. Oh no, moved assembly and router to the components folder. Wonderful. Okay. Right now, let me check. Ooh, 26 minutes. Time is flying, right? So, let's return to our rootViewController, and as I correctly remember, oh, we're here. So, as I correctly remember here, we planned to move to another screen, right? Router. So first of all, let's use wonderful trick weak self in right router. And then what do we need? We need to have one more function here, right? In RouterAble. So function navigate, right, path. And for right now, let's just use ViewControllerType. ViewControllerType, right? Just for right now. Probably we will update it. Actually, no. What do we want? We want to make a difference. So how we can navigate in UI? In UIKit, we have push. We can present it and so on. And right now, what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about different things. So we may have interface like this, path, right? Path, and for example push, right, and then path, maybe type ViewController, so, or I mean, because how we can again, we can navigate, we can present screen, we can push screen, depends on the situation. I'm thinking about what would be the best idea, what would be the best approach, how we can implement this. So we may define all of this, like all of this navigation directly in here, right? Let's do this. Maybe you will have better understanding what I'm talking about. Let's start with just navigate and path, right? So Actually, no. We need another enumeration. Enumeration and presenting type, maybe. So it is going to be pop. No, not pop. Right now, just present. Right. And what we're gonna do right now, and probably here we will have a type and ViewController. ViewControllerType. I will tell a little bit later why we use here ViewControllerType, not ViewController. I will remind you guys why we actually use it. So, yep, presenting type. Or another way we may have something like this, right? Type ViewControllerType. I mean, we may have this presenting type and ViewControllerType. And probably here we may have I prefer to use like a big chain of nested enumeration, right? But another way, yeah, let's do this. So let's use let's create another navigation, and we can name it as a RouterPath, right? So, and here what we have present, we have we can do this, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think aloud. So just no put present I'm sorry. So, and here we will have a type, right? I want to have this path as a single class enumeration, as a single like a thing, one instance that will describe whole path, right? And we will use this, right? We will, yeah, right now is better. Wonderful. So, and what we're gonna do in the router, we need to implement this, right? So, router able, and what is run? Okay, where do we? Okay, let's go to the router able. Oh, yeah. Got it. So, oh, and also we will make one more thing, right? With the router able, I want to move it to another interface. Okay. So, navigate. What we gonna do? We need to make actual navigation, right? How will it looks like? It will. So we have a view controller. We need top view controller. Oh, I remember. So how we regularly try to navigate? If we go here to the app, loading view controller. Let me try to remember. Self and we going to present view controller to present, and for example root, right? Root view controller. It could be just empty view controller animated true. Let's try to see what's gonna happen. Will it work? So, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Main thread. Async dispatch queue main. async, right? And we are going to put it here. Okay, let's just start. Okay, wonderful, right? Or yeah, right now this is present, like we can present it on top of the previous screen, right? But probably we need just to replace. Okay, we need to replace that screen. So that means that we need to have not a present, we need to have a replace. Okay, and replace so maybe rootViewController or root. Okay, type setRoot. You right now I am building how it is gonna looks like. So user will write something, developer will write something like router.navigate, right? And then it is going to be like this, path.setRoot. Again, it could be changed in the future, right? And something like this, right? Okay, so let's go to our router, and here what we're gonna do, switch path, case setRoot, let type, right? First of all, we need to create, right? So we need to write something like this, right? And then type, right? We just created a new ViewController and we just need to set it here, right? Will it work? Okay. And right now, let's try to use router for this. So navigate path, setRoot, type, and what type? Root. I mean, because we have like a loading screen, right now after loading we want to display first screen. So and self. Okay, let's try to run and see what's happened. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to wrap it using dispatch queue. Okay. Let's try to run and see. Let's do it again. Okay, you can see that let's do it again. So we have a loading with Hoppa, it was loading for 1 second for this period, right? From half second up to second, and then we can see a root screen. Wonderful. So what is my next plan? Since right now we have it here, do you remember, like, we started to talk about how we're going to implement it? This is one way that we directly in our ViewController we can set, okay, I need root. And this is the idea, why do we use ViewControllerType? I want to remind you that ViewControllerType will contain like properties, like name of the views of the ViewControllers that we're gonna create, plus maybe some parameters if we need it, right? But it will not contain like the whole ViewController, right? So we use our ViewControllerType as a descriptor, a thing that will describe what we're gonna render, right? Like, hey, I gonna create root, and inside core probably we know what that root will require, for example, router also, right? Actually, let's do it. So if we look at the router, probably app rootViewController will also need this router, right? Because, I mean, 100%, because we will move from rootViewController to another controller. So yep, and that means that we need to have constructor, and we need all of this, the same code, right? So let's try to run it. Router. Oh, I wrote it twice. Okay. Let me actually check what. Okay, yeah, and here in a router we need to set this dependency, right? So let me make a commit, right? Implemented, yeah. So implemented router path, right? Added router path, implemented implemented router dot navigate router path, right? I think that's it, that's enough. Okay, let's make a commit. Wonderful. So what we're gonna do next? As you correctly remember, we have this, right? We have actually the same part, right? So if we look at this router, and we can look at, I'm thinking about to create the common interface, but probably I'm not sure. Let's keep it for right now like this. Probably we will create another controller and can inherit it, maybe not. Yeah, we have different ways how we can organize our API inside our application, right? So also we have wonderful, if we look at our core, we have render rootViewController. So look at this, we have scene, will connect, and so on. So we have some code that we can execute, that we can perform when we launch application, right? We use it only here in app delegate, right? In scene delegate, right? Actually, we do not need this thing. So if I use it only once, right, here, I don't want to expose this function in my view controllers, right? So we can do next thing. We may have another protocol. It is going to be road maybe core router able, right? So idea that one of the protocol I will use in the core and another protocol I will use in different view controllers. So any object, right? So, and I can just take this out and put it here, right? So let's go here. One moment. Core RouterTable. Okay, and we can go to our. Let's create another group here and name it as protocols. What is with the first letter? Protocols, and we can put RouterTable in the protocol, right? And RouterDelegate in protocol, right? And let's have one more mark here. So we want to confirm it. Mark core RouterTable extension RouterTable core RouterTable, right? Wait, yes, everything is correct, and I'm gonna move this here. So what does it mean? So this interface I'm going to define in the core. I'm sorry, extension for router that will confirm RouterTable, and then right now in the core we will have core, right? Core RouterTable, and probably we will need to make this RouterTable should confirm RouterTable. So, but right now I want to keep them independent just for right now. Let me run assembly, and what is gonna happen here? Oh, yeah, I cannot do this because you can see in assembly I need RouterTable. Okay, no problem. Let's make it RouterTable. Wonderful. So let's run. Okay, wonderful. So what's happened? Let me double check. We are here. We ran RouterTable. We set new root controller, right? Okay. And right now, what's next? Of course, we are going to create to have one more commit, right? And here, what we did, we added core RouterTable. Okay, wonderful. Right now, what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about to make an experiment. So let me try to think. I tried to use modern Swift concurrency functionality, right? That can replace both of them. And right now I'm using it in Swift UI applications. Probably I can use it directly here. Let me think about how much time. Oh, 50 minutes, right? And we did just some updates, right? Just some refactoring of the code. Oh, not only refactoring, we add some new functionality, right? Okay. Let me think about this await async syntax from that is embedded in a Swift language, right? Probably we will do this because this is one more frame, and I like it that when we use this modern Swift concurrency, we can make our code much more visual. Like if you review the code somewhere in a Git or some, so you have a PR pull request and you need to review it. So probably it is gonna be much simpler to review that code with Swift concurrency, right? Swift modern concurrency. Okay. Also, what do I think right now? We already have a navigate function. Let's do this. So what do we want? We want if I make it visible before I create, I think I don't know. Because right now, when we create a view controller, right, we use the same line. Do I need to optimize it and use it somewhere here? I don't know. Let's keep it. Or yeah, we can create another function. Function create view controller. Right. It is gonna be the same, right? The same. No, I think we do not need that. We do not need that. So let's go to our root view controller. Right. Oh. No, we did this. We did this. So I will think about modern concurrency. And right now we can start creating our table view, right? Mark table view. Oh, I like this sound. Let me like it. I always forgot to click a like button. Like when we start, right? I remember it, but when I start coding, I think, oh my god, I lose my focus. I mean, I'm not tracking this, I'm tracking this. That is more important, right? So, root view controller, and what we can do? We want to create a new table view, and probably this could be like private extension, because all of this function that I'm going to write here, they should be protected from incorrect usage, because we want to run it only in our order, and again we don't want to expose it to other developers, right? So, and that is the reason why it is private. I hope this is clear. If not, guys, always write your questions. I will try to repeat some things again, find another words if I have these words in my head. So yeah, okay. So create view controller, create table view. And we are going to return UI table view. UI table view, right? So let table view equal UI table view. I'm thinking about how it should be, because we also have constraints, and constraints we can do. Let's use another thing. Let's use init table view. I mean, it's not really, because we will create, oh no, setup table view. So probably we will because we need to set it here, and we also need to add our table view as a sub view. So let table view view.subviews. No. how was it in UIKit? Oh, add subview, right. Add subview tableView. Then, so we added tableView to the views. Right now it exists in our screen, and we need to set constraints. Like we want that this tableView fits whole screen, right? So tableView auto resizing mask. Oh, yes, this long word translates auto resizing mask into constraints. It is gonna be false. We don't want to use auto resizing mask. We want to set constraints manually. So tableView top anchor and yeah, equal to view safe area layout guide, and top anchor, right, is active equal true. If you have no idea what I'm doing right now, I'm going to set like I have a table view, and also I put this table view inside screen, right, inside my like view controller. I want this my table view fits like maximum possible, it fits the maximum space, right? It takes maximum space as it can, but I just do not want to use top anchor, right? I don't want to use direct anchors. I want to use like a safe layout guideline. So this is like a safe space that we have, for example, some system spacing from a top, from a bottom. Also, when we rotate the screen, lots of these things will automatically hidden inside this safe area layout guide. I suggest to read it more. If not, maybe we ask. Maybe I will also go with you guys and we will make experiments to refresh your and my memory how it is working. It's not a problem. Programming, it is always experimenting, right? You read lots of articles, you watch videos, but main idea about programming, how you're gonna learn it, just write a code. So top, what we're gonna do, we need then left anchor and also left anchor here, then right anchor here, and the bottom anchor, and okay. And also we need to call this function in ViewDidLoad, right? Let's try to see what's gonna happen. Yep, and I cannot see, right? We do not have it here, right? I mean, I cannot see any of the cells here. Previously, I do not need to I need to make it clean. English is not working. So previously, when I just added, I can see like all of the lines for empty cells. Right now we have something different. Previously means like around 2 years ago. Okay, but it's okay, it's not a problem. We just added this, and we can add just one simple cell, right? tableView data source. Again, guys, you can ask about everything what I'm doing. Just ask about like, hey, what is data source? Data source is the same delegate. So look at this, right? We created a delegate and said, hey, I will ask someone in a router to do this work. And this, in our class, we have core. Core knows what to do. So this function implemented in the core. The same is here, right? So if we use this UI tableView data source, right? So we will need to define what we're gonna have in our table view. So table view. So we need number of cells, right? Number of sections. Okay, it can be for right now 1. Functions. Function. Number of cells. Number of rows. It also can be 1 for right now. And cell for row, right? Let's cell. Let's just hard code one of the cell. Cell equal UI table view cell. And we can use even style, right? We can use style. What kind of style? Subtitle, reusable, nil. Even, yeah, let's just return this and see what's gonna happen. Oh, no, I forgot to set values here. So table view delegate equal self, right? And also another thing, I forgot to set this property here, right? Self dot table view equal table view, right? Because here we just created it and we use like a property inside, right? Object that we created inside a function, and right now we save it here. We have a reference to this table view. Okay, not delegate data source. Yeah. Okay, and we can see we have at least one cell. Let's edit any text, right? Let's cell. Do we have a default text? Previously, yes. Cell text label will be deprecated in future. Default will be deprecated. UIList content configuration. Maybe we have configuration UI cell configuration state. UI configuration UI. I just try to find it. Where is it? Okay. UI list content configuration. Configuration.init. Okay, I can create it. So, and what is this? I never use it. UI content configuration. Okay, let's configure. Oh, maybe it could be like content configuration. Okay, it could be empty. Okay, configuration. So configuration dot text equal text, right? And we will set this configuration to the cell configuration, content configuration. Let UI list cannot be constructed because okay. maybe like this. Can it work? Okay, let's change it. Yay. Okay, wonderful. Something new. I learned also something new. Thank you, guys. So let me check. Oh, we're over time. Regularly, I'm planning to record 1 hour, because then I need to look at it again. Maybe do something. I'm tired. My English is not working. Okay, so of course we are gonna make a commit, right? Edit. Maybe let's do this. Init tableView in the RouterViewController. Wonderful. Okay, that's it. Yep, I will try to record my videos more faster. I mean, yeah, like after recording, I also need at least 1 hour to watch it again. Created like a time code, timestamps, right? Like, hey, like 1 minute we're doing this, 2 minutes we're doing that, and also maybe to understand the same what you hear, what we did in the beginning, right? I had some notes that, oh, I forgot this, I forgot that. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I was a little bit tired. I mean, you can compare it with the previous videos, right? But I will work hard for you guys, and I will try that we can meet more often. So have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope we will see soon. I mean, sooner than a week, right? So yeah, write the comments if you have any questions, if you have more ideas. Maybe you detected like some other... Oh, I detected a problem here. It should be weak. Router should be weak. Oh my god. You see, like if you detected some problems, mistakes, write in the comments, and probably I will spend some time in the beginning for your comments, questions, yeah, suggestions. So see you later. Bye.